Hey, Michael Leckie here, continuing on with our What's the Question conversation from time to time. Um, Today, the thing that's been on my mind was watching kind of over time the Boris Johnson prime prime ministry. So I would say presidency was president. I think it's the prime ministry of Boris Johnson as it has slowly unraveled, sort of like his hairdo. And I was thinking about what's the question that maybe could have set him and his government on a different path. And of course, there's so many. But I'm thinking back to a couple of events that both were indicative of, something a little bit rotten under the surface. And the first one was when they were having all the COVID lockdowns, which I thought were probably a very useful thing, but obviously were controversial all over the world. In the middle of the COVID lockdown, instead of adhering to their own lockdown rules, they had the big, booze parties at number 10 Downing Street. And the other one is kind of flashing ahead of many moments to the individual in his government who he promoted into another role, but who had been, had a reputation, had been known for, molesting or sexually assaulting other people in his during the course of his career. Obviously, a couple of poor choices. Throw a party when you're mandating nobody else can, and just get drunk and have a good time, and then promote people who really have a history of abusive behavior towards others. And I was thinking through all the questions from my book. Where's that? Where's my book? It's right here somewhere. The Heart of Transformation. And one of the questions in there is in the pathfinding over path following section, which is about how do we find a path on a day-by-day basis as opposed to just have it handed to us by someone, in an organization or other entity. And the question is this who we are? I was looking at my notes, and one of the things I say in the book is you might be thinking, hold on now, is this really different from another question, which is what is most important? But for me, this is what I call the accountability question. Is this who we are? Is this what we stand for? So first of all, was it that important to have that party? Was he saying, hey, who we are is we're people that really get together and just have a good time no matter what? Or is who we are is someone who is going to go ahead and stand with, in this case, the British people and go through what they're going through in empathy? Later on, is this who we are? Are we the people that sweep under the rug the abusive and inappropriate behavior of others just because we think that they bring something else to the table that's useful, and that really doesn't matter, that the feelings of people who have been subjected to abuse and harassment and being accosted, which are far too many, they just don't matter as long as this person, someone that gets a job done? Is this really who we are? Is this our character? Is this our nature? And when I look at a lot of the organizations that I come in contact with, if they just start with that fundamental question when they're making a decision that they think, I wonder if this is the right thing, is this going to come back to be a problem? Forget, is it going to impact me negatively? And think about, is this who we really are? Is this what our values are? Is this what we stand for? Because I can tell you that organizations that consistently talk about, is this who we are, and live the values that they have, are organizations, be that government or non-governmental, that are across the world consistent in their behavior and consistent in a good way. So the question not asked there, I think, is this who we are?